Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodash, Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Bahashem Ruach HaKodash, meaning in the name. Of course, that's what Bahashem means, and Ruach is spirit, Kodash is holy, all right, and that's what we come in the name of, all right, and Yahweh, Yahweh and Yahushai, that's the proper names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in the Paleo Hebrew, all right, that's their names, all right. They have Hebrew names, all right. They're the Lord, all right, the Lords of, the powers of the nation of Israel, all right, Yahweh and Yahushai, all right, and that the nation of Israel consists of 12 tribes, which are you Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right. You're the lowest chosen people, contrary to what people have lied and told in the churches, that the Lord is for everyone and such. That's all lies, and the Bible clearly exposes that, if you of course have understanding, if you actually read it, okay, and have been opened up to receive this truth, all right, because a lot of people of course are in denial, and have listened to, of course, the devil, which is the so-called white man, all right, which is Esau, Edom in the Bible, all right, and he is here today, of course, and he has the whole world under his covering cast, all right, the nations, all right, not knowing whom they are, they're being called by all these different names that are not biblical, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai set them up with the nations with names and such, and they identify with the names, all right, in the scriptures, okay, and that's basically it, all right, but of course, since our nation was scattered amongst the rest of the heathen, the other nations, we look like the other nations, some of us, all right, and that's the confusion to face, all right. Those are Israelites too, if they father's line go back to Negro, Latino, Native American, all right, and also of course the spirit bear witness with our spirit, all right, the spirit of this book, of the scriptures, all right, and us Israelites, all right, so that's basically it. And this is, going to be a big warning, of course, as always. But, yeah, of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that are, feeding the flock, with wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the scriptures. And, of course, provoking us to good works. All right. Of course, also, I want to say peace and salutation to all the sincere Akim or Akwathium, the brothers and sisters out there that are, listening and learning, and of course, returning back to their heritage, that they're Israelites and not, niggas, spics, wetbacks, scots, all these different made up names and all of that, African Americans, Glaswegians, Britons, waking up to who they actually are, all right, Israelites, all right, and that this is for you, all right, of the elect, because the Lord has us chosen. Okay, now this is going to be a quick lesson, and it's just going into the RFID microchip, okay, and probably may have some NFC in here, but that's near field communication, same technology and such, all right, but there's going to come a time and when this system, all right, this system, which is you say the beast system, all right, which is the beast is NATO and the EU, all right, they're going to come down with their this new one world currency, all right, this new one world way of how things is going to be, all right, how you're gonna have to operate in society and all of that, all right, and it's this RFID microchip, okay, which they want to implant beneath the sin, which was prophesied, meaning to say before, all right, in the Bible, which, it makes the Bible, of course, 100% truth, all right. Of course, the Lord is not a man that he should lie anyway, all right, and all his words is pure, all right. So the Bible is not no fairy tale, all right. All of it, if you have understanding, it's true, okay. And soon you people will be seeing, this come to pass, being that this will be implemented as a mandatory one world government, all right, with this RFID microchip. The elites, they want, everybody in servitude underneath them, and they want to control everyone, all right, beyond what they have been already given, all right, which they have been given. The Edomites, which is a so-called white man, the nation of Edom, they have been given the dominion of this whole world. But of course, since they sold the birthright, they want that back, all right. And this is going to be their last way, of course, of attempting to receive the birthright back, which is not going to work anyway. But anyway, this is it, and this is true, okay. So this is an article off of Oracle.com, and it says wearable are implantable. It says, would you face the needle? And it says, a colleague recently attended the 2016's March of the Droids, a conference of gathering of Android enthusiasts. All right, that's enthusiasts. That's meaning Android, meaning the device. Okay. It says in one of the presentations was about embedding NFC, which is near field communication chips. It says the history, their use, and the size of them. How would they be implanted? It says it has been around long enough to see the entrance of many technologies to the marketplace. They all take time to evolve before they are ready for the mass consumer market. All right. So, it has been, this technology has been around for quite some time, and it's, it's just now, of course, it's being slowly, but surely, actually quickly at this rate, put in society. All right, your NFC is, of course, is in your phones and all of that. You can make cashless payments if your phone, of course, has that technology. Not all phones have it, but most smartphones do these days. All right, you got Google Pays and all that, Apple Pay and all of that. You can pay for goods just using your phone and all that. Your phone had preloaded a wallet, with all your bank cards and all of that. And you can pay for goods, simply that. Services and such. All right, but I'm gonna hit some Bible precepts really quickly, and then we're gonna go from there. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna start at. Give me one moment. Actually, I believe. Let me see. I got it. One moment, because I had a tab that had all of the precepts that I wanted. I just gotta find it. Sometimes it's a bit tricky with these laptops. All right. Hopefully Shaitan ain't fucking switch up everything where I done lost my precepts I already set up. Give me one moment though. Slack. Actually, I believe it's right here, right before my eyes. So Slack. All right, so this is going to be let me see. Joel 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion." Who is Zion? That's the nation Israel. All right, which Zion, I believe in the Hebrew is Tzayawan, which means I believe monument or remembrance. All right, which that's what we are. All right. Zion, Tzayawan, all right, in the Hebrew, all right, Taza, You got Yah, Wah, and a Nah. All right, that's it. Okay, so the Lord is dealing with only the nation of Israel. All right, that's his people. Okay, simple as that. All right. So it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. It says, and let all of the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord, which the Lord's name is Yahweh. All right, which you can see here, it's not Jehovah, because there's no V's in the Lashon Kodash. All right, this is Yeish. All right, that's mixed with that'd be German. Okay, so it's, they use like Hebrew characters, but it's really, it's broken up German. I'm trying to mix Hebrew and bullshit in there. So they just made up their own thing. Because them Jews, those Jewish people, they are not the Jews. The real Jew is the Negro. All right. Firstly, all right. Collectively, we used to be called the Southern Kingdom used to be called would be considered the Jews, meaning Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which that today would be Judah would be the Negro, Benjamin or Banyamyan in Hebrew would be so-called West Indians, and Levi would be the so-called Haitians. All right, but salvation is only of the Jews. All right, which is the whole nation of Israel. All right, but anyway, it says, let all of the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh. All right, which is Yahweh. He exists. All right. It says, for it is nigh at hand. All right, and the day of the Lord is very soon. All right, a day of darkness and of gloominess, and a day of clouds and of thick darkness. All right. It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more Slakia after it, even to the years of many generations. All right, because it's gonna be destruction. All right, it's gonna be fucking war. All right, all hell gonna be broken loose, and the Lord, who the Most High sending His Son back, Yahweh Shai, He's gonna come back with the host of the angels. All right, which they're gonna come back in the glorious form of with chariots. All right, with what they call the so-called UFOs. All right, and that's a whole nother lesson. But we blowing that trumpet. You blow a trumpet, all right, to warn. All right, blow the horn. In the ancient world, we see different you say enemies trying to invade, our enemies, coming a bit. We would blow the trumpet and warn of the city, that someone's trying to besiege it and such. All right, simple as that. All right, so right now in the modern day, we're blowing the trumpet by using the word. All right, going to our people and warning them of what is coming, to them. All right, and this is this Rfid microchip, and the Lord told us, of course, to prophesy, to warn the people about it. All right, the prophets have done it, all right? And the prophets are here before in the reincarnation, which that's a whole nother subject as well. But just know that. All right, so that's one of my precepts. Wanted to hit. All right, so I'm gonna go now to the wee article again. Actually, I'm gonna hit this one. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11, and it says, "Least Satan get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And Satan, which is the physical counterpart for Satan, which Satan just means adversary. All right, enemy, adversary, right? Shaitan, is the so-called white man. All right, he's the enemy of the nation, chief enemy of a nation of Israel. All right, and he's ruling the planet, and he's a devil. He's a deceiver. All right, So we're not ignorant. We're not like, we know. All right. Right. Be ignorant to not know. All right. Because we know. All right. Or to not understand. Okay. So going back, it says of his we're not ignorant of his devices. All right. So going to the devices. Noema in the Greek, which is an evil purpose. Okay. You got, of course, the mind thoughts of our purposes. All right. So we know the thoughts of the so-called white man is all wickedness anyway. When they're estranged from the womb. Speaking lies and all that. So. It's an evil purpose, and the evil purpose is this RFID microchip. All right, one of their chief and one of the last prophecies that's going to come to pass before Yahushua comes back. All right, who the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushua, which means he, the deliverer. All right, he's coming to deliver the nation of Israel. All right, the elect. All right, because 2/3 gonna get destroyed, meaning the Lord's gonna destroy 2/3 of his own people. All right. So anyway. I don't want to make this too long, so I just want to get to this article. I want to get this workout and, go from there, whatever it may be. Okay, so let's get back to this week article. It says, it says they all take time to evolve, all right? So evolve, going into that real bit. It says to develop gradually, okay? Especially from a simple to a more complex form, okay? It says before they are ready for the mass consumer market. Biometrics, all right, which that's dealing with, of course, human and freaking AI and all of that. Let's see, you could go into it, but, it says voice recognition, all right, RFID chips, not embedded in humans, which that's what they want to do. RFID is radio frequency identification the device, all right, which is the mark of the beast. All right. And it's gonna explain it, all right. But they're gonna do that. They're gonna bring forth this. It says, and even video conferences all had a major issue to overcome regarding capability, consumer functionality, physical size, and the course of cost. It says moving from prohibitively expensive to cost models that work for mass market adoption. It says, are we now entering the early adopter stage of implantable NFC tags, near field communication, into consumers rather than solely academics, government, and military operation? Because the government, they implant these microchips in their soldiers. Whether you know this or not, I'm telling you. All right, do the research. Government, certain government, you could see, like, there's a lot of things that's going on, all right, that's beyond closed doors. It's a lot of people is already ahead, all right. But anyway, it says, I'm gonna just go into the size, all right. It says the current tag is purely for storing data. All right. There are no options to include any form of processing. You would need to be within 10 meters of the reader for it to work. But the options to boast this are changing all the time. But it stores capacity states that it really matter most. In this case, it says the real question is how big is the thing and you are about to inject into my body, and how massive will the needle be to make it happen. It says a very hearty sized grain of rice. All right, approximately 2 meters, 2 meters by 12 meters. It says intuitively, it feels like quite a lump to inject through a needle into a soft, flappy space between my thumb and finger. Eek. All right, needles don't really scare me though, but of this does send shivers down my spine. All right, in which this been prophesied in the Bible. Okay, so let's just get to the prophecy. All right, because there's gonna be a time when they're gonna bring this, all right, to being mandatory. All right, certain people are doing it, already. Sweden and a lot of these different places. 3 Square Market. All right, here in Wisconsin, they did. Well, I'm not in Wisconsin, but in Babylon, which is America. All right, they have this company called 3 Square Market. I believe last year they, had a chipping party, and they injected these Rfid microchips in them, to pretty much go a bit in the office to use the different devices and buy for goods, and such. All right, get access to different rooms and all of that, because ultimately the devil want to know everything, what you're doing and everything. He tracks you. All right, which is the so-called white man, the elites. They have an agenda for that. So anyway, I'm going to hit the actual prophecy, which is Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, to which they inject this RFID microchip beneath your skin. All right, which that word mark goes into, of course, the Greek word charagma, which going to it is incision. All right, it's a stamp, a printed mark. All right, a thing carved, which goes beneath the flesh. All right, carved, it means sculpture, graven work. It says that's basically it on there. But it goes beneath the skin, the flesh. All right, it's carved. It penetrates through the flesh, which you Israelites, you ain't supposed to, of course, receive any of these these things. All right, the RFID microchip. This here being prophesied. All right, you're not supposed to, of course, get any markings of the dead. Cuttings in the flesh. Let's see, what was the precept? I freaking always forget this precept. It's in Leviticus. Let me see if I can get it, but I always forget it. I stay forgetting that precept, but I know it off the and myself, but it seemed like I just always forget it. Let me see if I could pull it up. It might be in the 19th chapter or something like that. I'm looking in the 20th. Yeah, it's Leviticus 21, all right, and 5. So let me just get it real quick for it. Let me see. All right, Leviticus 21 and 5. It says, they shall not make any baldness on their head. Who is the they? The nation of Israel. All right. Moses, of course, spoke and gave the law, statutes, commandments he got from Yahweh onto the nation of Israel. All right, on Mount Sinai. All right, it says they shall not make any baldness of their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor shall they make any cuttings in their flesh. All right, so you're not, of course, to make any cuttings in your flesh. All right, that's sharat, I believe, and that's in the Hebrew, and it means incision, cut. All right, so incision, that goes beneath the flesh. Okay, a surgical cut made in skin or flesh. All right. A mark or declaration to cut into a surface. Okay. So you're not supposed to get these things. All right. And the scriptures clearly outlines that. All right. You know, I'm broken it down already. So it's pretty simple. All right. You know, it needs really, you know, after that, I mean, that's all I need to be known, you know, but a lot of y'all, Jake, is simple. Salt is children. And you don't want to listen. All right. A lot of y'all, 2/3 of y'all can get destroyed. All right. You know, this tech is everywhere. All right. So there's gonna be a time when they're gonna send this to you. All right. So I'm gonna hit this Revelations 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept my word and my patience, which means long suffering, right? Patience. All right. You got to endure. You know this. You know, right now we're being made hard. You know, right now, and you know, because that's what, you know, you do when you suffering, you get made hard through that. All right, the Lord does that. He tries you, you know, see if you loyal to him, you know, test your character out, right? It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, all right, which shall come upon all the world. So everyone, not just in America and Babylon. It's going to be everywhere, okay? The whole world, all right? It says to try them that dwell upon the earth, okay? Simple as that, all right? In the world there's oikoumene, all right? That's meaning all the inhabitants of the earth, okay? Oikoumene, right? It says, keep going to it. The whole inhabited earth, the world, okay? That's the definition right there, okay? Simple as that, all right? So, and oikoumene, all right? So you have to understand that there's different Greek words for world, all right? And, you know, that's it. You know, that you have to understand. You have to go into these scriptures, all right? Understand these. It's not, you know, as what you've been taught in these stupid churches, in the Catholic Church, all right, which they teach lies and their hypocrisy they perpetuate, okay? You got to come to the true men of the Lord, or Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's going to teach you correctly, all right? That's not, and they're going to bullshit you and such, all right? That's the apostles at Great Millstone, all right? So, if you take this chip, all right, you're going to get destroyed, all right? And, you know, I'm going to go back to the article, right? So, it says, yeah, I was going into the size, right? They can put information on there, all right? So, it says, and it's going to hold like, GPS track, all that. All right, so anyway, it says, right, it gives shivers down my spine. You know, that, you know, our people have a zeal too. You know, they don't want, you know, needles. I don't want needles, you know, so that's the main reason why I'm never going to take no chip. You know, I faint at the sight of them things, all right? You know, but, you know, it is what it is. It says, this dude going to say, it doesn't hurt that much. It says, early adopters are made of tough stuff. It appears in the pursuit of technology breakthroughs, perhaps just a tiny grain of rice, opportunity to be a cyborg. All right, you for your fucking human robot and all that. You know, cyborg, a fictional or hypothetical person whose physical abilities are extended beyond normal human limitations by mechanical elements built into the body. All right, so that's on some fucking, they call that transhumanism type shit. All right, so it goes into the cost and such. It says, if size doesn't put you off, that let's think about the cost. It says, is this new accessible by the masses, early adopters of cyborg masses? This says simple answers is yes, but there is more in it than that. It says they got 69 quid or pun. It says, and you too can could become a connected body. It says the tricky bits is where do you go and to get it done. It says, and I will suggest more importantly, why would you get it done, right? Especially why would you get it done, being issued the warning in which the Bible, all right, which Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he has written for our learning. The things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. Okay, it's a warning. Okay, why would you do it? You have to be a fucking moron. All right, fucking nugget, as they say. We're in Scotland, England, and all. It says what functionality would encourage you to make the leap to volunteer for a minor surgical. No, this is a major surgical procedure. All right, because this is gonna get you destroyed. And I'm gonna go into that. All right, let's get it real quick. So it says Revelation 14:9. All right, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, all right, East, NATO, and EU, all right, it's image, all right, image is it's a lot, into it, you got his, of course, I believe his homosexuality, fucking all his bullshit, it's a lot in his image, that's another breakdown, but it's a lot into that, but I'll go back into it. But it says the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, and that they want to do that. All right, there's people that's already doing it. All right, to be able to, of course, know the convenience of things. All right, to be able to open doors, payment. Doesn't have to walk with him any wallets and all that, so that essentially, eliminates them, with the fear of being robbed and all that, unless of course you're hacked or some such, something. But anyway, it says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath, the anger of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is poured with the mixture into a cup of his indignation, which is righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, which is the ICBM, the nuclear fire that's coming. All right, for of course this earth to get cleansed. All right, destroyed. All right, because it's wicked by the inhabitants thereof. It says in the presence of the holy angels, which they're gonna be here also with the chariots, of course, burning this place up too, shooting concentrated fire. You can read that in Ezra's. That's that second Ezra, the 13th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. But it says in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, and it says in the smoke of their torment ascended forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image. And this smoke is you talking about you got, of course, America gonna be up in smoke. All right, it's gonna burn for quite some time. I mean, it's gonna be burning for quite some time. It's gonna be desert creatures and all of that. This ain't talking about no hell. Being like a place of everlasting torment. That's bullshit. All right, that's not biblical. All right, hell is the grave. Sha'awah. All right, hell is also you say a condition. All right, which we in hell right now. Meaning the nation of Israel, the Negro, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, the confusion of face out there, all right, that are actually Israelites, all right, they poor, being oppressed all this time, all right. It says, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark in his name, all right. So you gonna be part of that smoke, that destruction, all right. You gonna get fucking burnt up, burnt up, all right, and that's gonna be it, all right. You gonna, of course, come back in the kingdom if you're an Israelite, and you're gonna of course be righteous then, because you're gonna come back through the seed of the elect. But it's very it's wise not to, of course, take this chip. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna get one last precept and we're gonna close up. All right, and Slovakia, like I say, some of these things need a lot of going breaking down, but it takes a lot of time, to go and break them down and all that, and we trying to just get this worker, going in the spirit, y'all by Shimon Shai. So, we just hitting what I gotta hit the points, and then, we can of course go into other lessons and go into that. Right now, there's a free open game to get this truth. All right. So, before the famine of the word comes, which is going to be the net truth neutrality, when they're going to, of course, end that, which is, they say April 23rd here in America, so, you ain't going to be able to go to these sites and get all this information, especially our information being the truth. All right. So anyway, it says, so this is a major surgical procedure. All right, it says, would your banking details, all right, really be your first motivation? It says, if so, I have visions of lining up in a bank lobby under a teller sign that says cash withdrawals, money transfer, and body deposits. It says, though a great vision, I think will leave banks struggling with photocopied forms of ID, or rather than implanting their customers with NFC chips. And that's gonna be the new thing. All right, these fucking RFID chips. All right, that's the new currency. Ain't gonna be no cash. All right, simple as that. It's working towards a cashless society already. All right, most people using their debit and their credit cards anyway. All right, but it says no heed or no head, not to your bank or even to your doctors, but take your preloaded injection assembly to the piercing parlor near you, because you can buy these things online, and they got only right now, I believe currently they have tattoo artists that will implant it into you. All right now, because it's not mandatory or nothing like that. But you have people that that are in the biohacking community and all that, in Sweden, different places, they already using this technology for cashless payments and all that, which is they already know where it's going, where its future is going. It says, as this is being taught it as one of the options going forward. All right, it says makes sense, kind of. They have an expertise in hands, are probably indefinitely easier than other parts of the anatomy to pierce. It says, if you're not convinced about the piercer, then the fallbacks, of course, your doctor, a nurse, or a vet, because they of course be having chipping. They chip animals, all right, pets and such, track them and such, so they gonna do the same for humans. Okay, that's the new thing. It says, don't discount this last option. There's a possibility of the most experienced option, as they've been implanting into pets for many years, which I just said. Though pet chips are not designed to be removed, human ones are, and they're not. All right, the human ones and such, they go in your body, they move a boot. All right, when you get down into it, but you're gonna be able to be read. All right, and simple as that. All right, you could read the rest of the article. It has a lot, of course, information. I hit the points. All right, now I'm gonna just get this Revelations, because you're gonna have to deny the chip if you're Israelite. All right, you ain't gonna be able to take it. Okay, if you take it, you get destroyed. All right, I already read Revelations in the 14th chapter. All right, so we're gonna go hit this these precepts, in which I'm gonna hit. First of all, I'm gonna hit verse 8, and I'm gonna skip back, because the point here is right here. Woe, this Sirach, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, right, 41 and 8. All right, and this is in the Apocrypha, which is part of King James original, the first edition 1611 Bible. All right, they took it you say the modern day Bibles and such, because it got all this truth in there, and they try to say it's not canon, it's not heaven, it's not was it divinely inspired and all that, which is a lie. All right, it gives away too much about who Esau is, which is the so-called white man. He's the devil in the future. All right, that he's going to be taken out of rulership by the saints. All right, they're the end of the world, we're the beginning of that followeth. Simple as that. There's like you're gonna have this kingdom. It's gonna be a kingdom rule in righteousness. But anyway, it says, "Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction." And that's unto you, you damn Edomites, the so-called white men. All right, you and your new world order, then this RFID microchip agenda. All right, that's gonna be to your destruction. Okay. This is verse 3, Ecclesiasticus 41:3. It says, "Fear not the sentence of death." All right, so you're not never supposed to fear when, of course, if you have to be put to death. All right, as the scriptures say, seek unto the what is it? Fight for the truth unto death. All right, roughly paraphrasing, but you can't give up, or denounce your faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, for the chip. That's stupid, because you're gonna get destroyed. So fear not the sentence of death. All right, remember them that have been before thee and that come after. It says, "For this sin is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh." All right. It says, "And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High?" All right, that there is no inquisition in the grave. All right, let me go into this real quick. It says, "A period prolonged in extensive questioning or investigation." It says, "In the grave." All right. It says, "Whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years, the children of sinners are abominable children. Or sin, sinners, transgression of the law." All right. It says, "And they that are conversant in the dwelling, all right, of the ungodly, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach." All right, and that's basically it. All right, conversing, I believe that's dealing with your conversing. I could just see if I can get it. See if it's dealing with your behavior and such, but gotta get an etymology real quick. Let me see. That's basically the lesson. I hit the lesson. I hit the points. All right. So as simple as this. Don't take the chip. All right. Conversing, having frequent or customary intercourse. All right. So if you let me go back to the scripture. Where is it at? So it says, "And they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly." All right. So, if you having constant and frequent dealings with these fucking devils, all right, you're gonna be just like them. You're gonna be destroyed. All right. Simple as that. All right. Anyway, I'm about to close. I'm closing it now. I hit the points. All right. Wearable or implantable? Would you face the needle? All right. That's going to be the question. All right. Are you going to take the chip? If you're an Israelite, if you take it, you get destroyed. All right. If you are heathen, all right, which meaning not an Israelite, you're going to get destroyed whether you take it or not, because you're cursed. All right. The Lord ain't dealing with you. All right. You're heathen. All right. And that's, if you don't take the chip, all right, the Lord's still gonna take care of you. All right. And that's a whole nother lesson. All right. He's gonna take care of you, until he comes back, which he's gonna, that's gonna be the time of Jacob trouble. all hell gonna be broken loose, and you just gonna, the Lord gonna be performing all type of miracles and making sure you fed. All right, you know, as He say, His servant shall eat. All right, you know. So with that, and I'm gonna close up, and I'm gonna say, call halayim la Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai b'Hashem Recha HaKodash. Giving all praises to the Most High, and His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right, shalom to all of those that of the elect. All right, that's gonna listen and take heed, and they're gonna take the Rfid trip. All right, which is the mark of the beast. All right, with that, shalom, meaning peace unto you. All right, of the elect only. Shalom.